That's kind of cool though, Mr. Geoff. I don't know if you can see this, but the patina cracked a little bit right over here. And it has this like blue underneath. All right, let's open this guy up. All right. So I think there's this one and then there's a different one that Mr. Geoff will be sending us to build. Geoff, did these have names? Like, I know this sounds ridiculous. Did you name these configurations at all? I didn't, I should. I don't know. What do you guys want to name this? Anything you guys want to name this particular unicorn? Hi. Silver Dragon? Krusty? Venom? Venom corn? This kind of does give me Venom vibes. It does, kind of. This is interesting. So, I believe you got 2 weights done. Oh, it looks like there's a little, I don't know if that's a little inconsistency over there, but there is 2 weights that Mr. Geoff got done. There's this one here, which is a little bit more out there. And then there is the other one, which he did, which is like your standard patina. I would personally say it's like, what, a standard flame patina? This one is a little bit different. I'm going to be completely upfront and honest. I actually was like, oh, interesting. And I had it out on the desk earlier today because I was going to take some pictures of it, and I did. It kind of grew on me. The more I was looking at it, the more I'm like, oh, this is kind of neat. But yeah, it's definitely interesting. It's nice to see something different. Honestly, I get a lot of like, when I get a lot of these like, what's it called? Patinaed corns. They're all like flame patinaed or just kind of done the same way. I mean, I did the same thing with my my key cult. When I did a patina, the only patina I've ever done, I did something kind of similar. Not quite as textured as this, but I did kind of like that, obsidian kind of vibe. Just because, again, like, I feel like there's so many of the standard patinas, but you know what? It's kind of cool. I kind of like it. But yeah, I definitely was like a little bit like, oh, interesting. Like now that I saw it in person, right? Because pictures make this thing look like extra cool until you see like the texture. You're like, do I like this?
33
yeah, I kind of like
months.
it.
Let's
it's very
go.
nice.
Looking good today, King. I have my final tomorrow, and then I graduate university.
Ooh.
Super excited.
Dude, that's a big, do you know what the next steps are? Thank you so much for the tier 1, by the way. There's 2. I don't know when we're gonna do the next one, but there's 2 that Mr. Wally Patina did. So we got this that we're gonna be doing today. Again, I appreciate the variety. I really like the stuff that Wally does. I think it's like a little bit more artistic, and I like it. It's not just there's nothing wrong with the standard patina, but it's cool, I like it. So I guess I thought we were gonna use these today. But you know what we'll use, Vince? I forgot we had these in the box. Oh, wow, so organized. I'm terrible at organizing things. 5 unfilmed ones. Pins need Jesus. Pins need Jesus. And then we got these ones here. All right, let's use these. Scare me for a second. They do. Yeah, it happens with Vince, though. You have to be understanding of that. If you're going with some of the older switches and if you don't buy from someone who's like hand cherry picking all the switches, you get like batches that have just the worst quality to them. Yeah, young. It can be pretty bad. I'm gonna have to go through these one by one as we do these because, some of the legs on this are like, this guy looks like he's flying away, dancing or something. This is the one bad thing about doing Vince switches sometimes, is you get stuff like this. Yeah, we gotta be a little careful. These feel nice though. Those legs break off so easy. Yes. Do you guys hear the scratch? Geoff, what I'll do is I'll put them in a baggie, just putting like problem stems. You probably can fix them, but I didn't fix them for you, type thing. Very, very nice. Little hot swap action going on, so Mr. Geoff can just swap things after he's done. It's now to install this daughterboard. But I am nervous to install this daughterboard because we did have to change the cable to be a really long cable. I don't know if this is gonna work well. Don't hate me in advance, Geoff, but I'm doing what I can. So, little backstory. I went to go test the PCB before mil-maxing it. And yeah, PCB didn't work. And then I told Geoff, I'm like, hey, it doesn't work, but I'm gonna try a few things. And turns out it wasn't the PCB, it was just the cable. The JST cable is just, for whatever reason, it looks like it's in solid condition as well. It just does not work. So, beats me. I have no idea. Where would the daughterboard screws be? Maybe they're in here. Now, I do have this really long cable, but I fear the really long cable is just going to be too long. Now comes the moment of truth. Will this cable cause issues with the keyboard? So nice. We shall see. I don't know. I think it's fine. Ooh, baby. That is already sounding hella scratchy. I think the patina is slightly cracking in some areas. Oh yeah, it is. That's kind of cool though. Wait a second. Mr. Geoff, I don't know if you can see this, but the patina cracked a little bit right over here. And it has this like blue underneath. That is interesting. That's fine. Patina is interesting in that kind of sense. This is what happened to the one that I got done. My patina ended up, the coating on top of it ended up falling off, basically. And it ended up having this like cool like water stained effect to it. And it looks even better now, to be honest. Actually, you know what I want to do? I want to quickly grab that enter key that was given to us as well. We'll put this on right now. Unikorn enter key. I was like, wait, where is it? It's right here. So this is also patinaed. Oh, this is sick. That is really nice, by the way. We'll put this guy on. Oh, this is already going to sound absolutely lovely. All right, let's take a look at this particular board again. A little unicorn action with the unicorn artisan there on top. Or I guess some people prefer to call those metal keycaps. That looks really nice with this keycap set, actually. It would have looked better with Greg, though. The one time I'll advocate for Greg. Look how beautiful this is. This is such a nice color. Look at that. Low key, maybe it's just me. I think when this all starts to flake off eventually, and you get that second level of patina, like you're kind of seeing in certain areas. See the blue area? This is gonna look fucking sick. It already looks great, I have to admit. Like, again, this is kind of growing on me. But once that kind of flakes off a little bit, ooh. All right, let's see what this sounds like. We're using some Vint Cherry Blacks done with, I assume 205G0 and then a 55 gram spring. I believe these are also filmed. And then we are using GMK Shoshin on this particular build. And an aluminum plate. And I did hot swap this. Although I am noticing one. Ooh, that scratch is crazy. Do you guys hear that? Well, let the siren pass first. There's so much, yeah, there is a lot of scratch to this. I love the bottom row of the Unikorn. So for me, I don't know, man. For me, this scratch, yeah, the booping, sorry guys. The scratch adds like a little texture in between everything.
Busting.
It sounds beautiful. Chudo, you did a lovely job with these switches, by the way. What switch is that? I've never heard such a scratchy switch. These are Vint Blacks. I'm assuming a lighter coat of 205G0. And then, actually, you know what? I'm not even like gonna give you the rundown on these. Chudo would be the person to ask. Dusky Films, 205, and Geon Springs. Okay, perfect. I built my derivative yesterday with full alu and hyperglides. To be honest, the spacebar is kind of thin. I don't know. I've always felt that hyperglides have been kind of thin. That's why I'm like a little nervous to use hyperglides in mine. But I think a good way to kind of switch that out, if you have them with you, Bruno, just maybe switch it out for a Cherry Nixie. You're not going to really lose the sound signature there. You just maybe get a little bit more fullness. So I actually do want to see what a Cherry Nixie would sound like in this. So much easier to put in. See, that is much louder. I'm gonna be honest. No, these are Nixies, or not Nixies. These are the Nixies what I just put in. These are vintage blacks. Okay, I would personally put in the Cherry Nixie for this bass bar, but I almost feel like if your goal is to have something uniform and you want something a little bit more tame, then you leave the Vint in. That's just my personal preference. I don't know what Mr. Geoff is going to do for this. But my personal preference would be that. And we're all a little different, and that's the beautiful part of this. Oh my god, putting these Vint switches back in though, pain in the ass. Alright guys, that's pretty much the stream. Geoff, I hope you like the way the build sounds. I'll pack it up and ship it out this week. We'll talk, my friend. We shall talk. Take care, and enjoy Night Night stream. Love you guys.